Hey everybody! Today I want to show you my indicator light for a single chest in Minecraft. So basically this indicator shows you at a glance how full your chest is, and only for this chest, because I know there are other designs by TangoTek and MumboJumbo, and these are called the silo, where they use other chests for extra storage and the lights only go on when the chests are full. But in this design I only use one double chest, and as you can see it's half full and the lights only go up to 3. And what's cool about this design is that you can expand it as high as you want, up to 15 blocks, and you can customize it exactly the way you want. For example, here is the indicator we just saw, and it goes up linearly with the amount of items in the chest. But maybe you want something more fancy like this, where you only have 3 lights, and unlike this one, you don't want it to go up linearly with the amount of items in the chest, but instead you want something more complicated like this, where the green light goes on when the chest fills up to this slot, and as soon as this slot is full, the orange light goes on, and it stays on when the chest is not full, and finally when the chest is full, the red light goes on. So with this, you can easily tell at a glance the status of your chest. If the green light is on, then everything's okay and you still have a lot of space in your chest. If the orange light is on, your chest is almost full and you should remove some of the items. And finally, when the red light is on, your chest is full. Now let's see the redstone behind this, and as you can see it's really compact. It's only 3 wide by 4 long, and it's a repetitive pattern, so it's really easy to build. And I'll show you how to build this one, but also this one, to show you how to fully customize your indicator. So to build this indicator, you're first gonna need to place your redstone lamps like this, and then we're gonna start with a stair over here with the double chest like this, and the redstone comparator going out of the chest with 2 blocks like this and 2 redstone dusts on top. This will power the first lamp. Now we're gonna build one up, one down, and another block up with a redstone comparator going on this block, and then we're gonna bring the signal up using half slabs like this. You can break these half slabs and put some redstone dust on top of them. So now all we need to do is to power individually all the lamps. So we're gonna first build the second layer. So put a full block over here with a redstone comparator on subtract mode here, with a half slab over here to open the chest, and redstone dust on top of the half slab. Then we're gonna put a redstone comparator and a furnace over here. This can be replaced by a hopper or a jukebox if you want. So this is the second layer and it powers the second lamp. So now to build the third layer, we're gonna place a block diagonal to the furnace and 2 blocks like this, with 2 redstone comparators, with one on subtract mode, with another redstone comparator here and a furnace over here. So this is the third layer and it powers the third lamp. So now to power the fourth and the fifth lamp, we just need to copy the second and third layer, but with a small change over here. It's not a half slab on the fourth layer, but it's a furnace. So just put a redstone dust over here and a full block with a redstone comparator on subtract mode like this. Then we're gonna put redstone comparator and a furnace to make the fourth layer. And finally, for the fifth layer, just copy the third one. So a block diagonal with two blocks like this, two redstone comparators with one on subtract mode, another comparator, and finally a furnace over here. Now all we need to do is to configure the furnaces to get specific signal strengths, and to do that I made a little sketch over here. So imagine the red and white line represents the output from the chest, and the colored lines represent when the lights go on for a given output. For example, if the chest outputs no signal, no lamp goes on, but as soon as it outputs a signal strength above 1, the first lamp goes on, and it has already been done because of this redstone dust that powers this redstone lamp. Now for the second lamp, it goes on when the signal strength is above 4, so we need to configure this furnace so that the second lamp goes on when the signal is above 4. But be careful, as the signal goes up, it loses some power, and because of these two redstone dusts, by the time it arrives at the second layer, the power has already been decreased by 2. So if we want the second lamp to go on when the output is above 4, we need to configure this furnace to get a signal strength of 4 minus 2. So it's a signal strength of 2. And to do that, I have my book where I have all the signal strengths and the corresponding amount of items I need to put in the furnace. So for example, here I want a signal strength of 2, so I need to put 14 items in the furnace. Now for the third lamp, it goes on when the signal strength is above 7. So we need to configure this furnace from the third layer. So to output a signal strength of 7 minus 3, so it's a signal strength of 4, and it corresponds to 42 items. Now for the fourth lamp, it goes on when the signal strength is above 10, so we need to configure this furnace from the fourth layer to output a signal strength of 10 minus 4, so it's a 6, and it corresponds to a stack and 5 items. And finally, for the fifth lamp, it goes on when the signal strength is above 13, so we need to configure this furnace from the fifth layer to output a signal strength of 13 minus 5, so it's 8, and it corresponds to a stack and a half. And there you go, you have your indicator light fully configured, and the light goes up linearly with the output from the chest. Now we're going to build this indicator light, so the redstone is just the same as before, but we only need to build 3 layers for this one. So I'll show you anyway. First you're going to need 3 lamps like this, and then we're going to put one stair over here with a double chest like this, a redstone comparator going out of the chest into 2 blocks with 2 redstone dusts on top. This will power the first lamp. Now we're going to put one block up, one down, and another block up with a redstone comparator going on top of this block. Next we're going to bring the signal up only once with redstone dust on top of these blocks. And then we're going to build the second layer, so a full block over here with a half slab to open the chest, with a redstone comparator on subtract mode, redstone dust over here, a redstone comparator going over here with a furnace like this. So this is the second layer. And finally for the third layer, we're going to put a block diagonal to the furnace with 2 blocks like this, 2 redstone comparators with this one on subtract mode, another redstone comparators with the furnace over here. The only thing that changes is the way we need to configure the furnaces. So just like before, I made a little sketch over here. The first lamp goes on when the signal strength is above 1, and just like the previous one, it has already been done because of this redstone dust that powers this first lamp. Now for the second lamp, it goes on when the signal strength is above 11. So we need to configure this furnace. But remember that we need to subtract 2 to 11, so we need to configure this furnace to output a signal strength of 11 minus 2, so it's 9, and it corresponds to a stack and 46 items. And finally, for the third lamp, it goes on when the signal strength is above 15, so we need to configure this furnace to output a signal strength of 15 minus 3, so it's 12, and it corresponds to 2 stacks and 23 items. And there you go. You have your indicator light fully customized and fully configured. One cool thing about this indicator light is that you can easily access the chest like this. But maybe you want to hook that up to your farm and you want to feed this chest with hoppers. Now you can do that. Just remove these 2 blocks and then put 1 hopper feeding into the chest and 3 hoppers like this. This hopper can then be hooked up to your farm, for example. Next, we're gonna replace this full block with a half slab, redstone dust on top, and finally place back this block with the comparator going on top of this hopper. And now if we put items in this hopper, they all go into the chest. The last cool thing about this design is it's stackable. That means you can place them next to each other even if they don't have the same height or the same configuration. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.